Hey guys, a viewer of mine was looking at one of my videos and he was having some issues getting this thing hooked up to his Windows machine. So, I decided I'm going to do a little walkthrough video and show you how to get the Numark Orbit working with Traktor Pro 2.6.3. That might be a key, keep in mind. I think it's got to be 2.6.2 or at least 2.6.3. So, first things first, right now, because my battery wasn't charged up, I have this thing, you can't really tell, but I have it plugged in by USB to the port. You know, I guess never mind the Texas Hold'em poker nonsense. The first thing you're going to want to do, obviously, would be to head to Numark's website. So we go to numark.com/ozone. Wait for this slow internet to finally load up here. And as we look here in the Numark Orbit videos, I noticed that they've got some new videos. But there's one of mine. And these guys are jokers because they won't put my good video on. Like that video there, man, the audio's all shot. These guys won't do anything to change it either. And then, of course, that's mine as well, too. And that's also mine. Yeah, so. Anyways. They have some useful videos how to set the colors, how to do all this stuff, how to reset MIDI, blah, blah, blah. Check the remaining battery time. Anyways, that's not why we're here. Sorry for the shameless plug, but you know. So you guys know, like, you know, I'm actually not just talking a bunch of shit here. So, we're going to take the 2-deck Nebula. And, I can find my scroll wheel here. Well, you may want to download the Orbit MIDI editor as well, too. That's something else that you're going to have to need. You don't really need the Orbit DJ software. At least I don't think. So you want to download that one there. And I myself, I've already downloaded it, so I don't need to do that. Sorry for this very boring video. I'm kind of burnt out here. And so there's the Orbit Nebula 2-deck one right there. And as you can see there's the one for Mac, the one for Windows. There's that little file right there. That file there, the .json, kind of strange considering that there's a guy at MIDI guy over at Numark that does all the mappings, and his name is Jason. Makes me wonder. But anyways, the installation instructions right there. You could always read them, but let's not bother with that. So I'm going to go, I'm using Windows 8 here, by the way. I'm going to go in here, I'm going to type in editor. Oh, there we go, controller editor. I don't think that's even the one, to be honest. And you know something, I might not even have the editor installed on mine yet. I had to do a complete refresh on this whole thing. So you know what, let's go back here. And head back in. Download the MIDI editor. Oh, but I got a sneaking suspicion. Oh, I gotta go through all this nonsense for my account. And you know what? I'm not really prepared for all that stuff. So anyways, the easiest way to kind of there's my stuff there. here's the deal. You're gonna download that editor. You open up the editor, right? This right here, that's the one that, you know, you'll see it's pretty obvious. You want to load that up. So you load that up, you send it over to your, you know, you have to turn on this thing first, right? Turn it on first, load up your editor, hit the retrieve button, see if it retrieves or makes a connection. Make sure you're hooked up by, you can do it by the wireless dongle if you want, but whatever. Either way will work. And then you send the file over. When you send the file over, those pads are going to light up like these colors. I mean, it's going to look like that. So let's get to the Traktor end of things. That's something I can do right now. Get rid of the Numark stuff. Hopefully we're not going, geez, I wish I could speed this shit up somehow. How do you guys have to wait around forever for this stuff? I'm on my slower computer too, so that doesn't help much. This big giant collection, like. One of the other things, guys, as well too, I'll point out while we're waiting for this, the CPU load. If you're running just through your internal sound card on your laptop, you're always going to have an issue with that stuff, because the sound card that's built into your computer, it's not really meant for real-time processing and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it's an okay sound card, but not for this shit. That's why, like, you know, audio interfaces, aka sound cards, cost, you know, 100, 200, 300, 400 bucks, depending on the inputs and outputs. The S4, for instance, has its own built-in sound card, so it processes things better. So right off the bat, let's go into preferences. Go down here to your control manager, if you can make that out. We're going to actually go right to the bottom. And let's do an import. We're going to do a bottom import because that means we're going to get all our settings. So import. And I have like so much stuff in here, it's ridiculous. So into downloads. There's that the Orbit Nebula 4 deck one right there. There's one for Windows. And we're going to open that one. It says yes, yes, we want to do all that. And we are going to do it a second time. Some little trickery with a Traktor that makes you want to do it twice to make sure the effects are in there properly. Some they never really straightened out, I don't think. They may have, and maybe I just do this twice just for the hell of it. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. Say OK. And here's the big secret. When you go to the Nebula, you have to make sure that's on Numark Orbit, and that one there is also on Numark Orbit, so it knows what to talk to. That's probably the issue that a lot of guys are running into. You know what I mean? You have, or you might have another controller that is working, and it says all ports because it was the only controller. Make sure each device that you have in that list points to the in and out ports of that device. So that way there, you don't push a button on one thing and it affects another. Go to our audio setup. I'm just on computer speakers at the moment. Shut that down. I don't have anything though. Open internal. Gotta set this stuff up because make sure my master is set for my speakers. And we look down at our orbit. It's lit up. And we do not have anything here yet. As you can see by the control thing, if you press a button, which I am, and that's not lighting up, that means we're not connected somehow. I'm just going to try unplugging this thing from the USB and plugging it back in. And when I did that, let me show you this again. I'm going to unplug. I honestly could have swore that that thing right there just lit up the first time, but give me a sec, guys. I'm going to figure this out. Okay, we are back. All I did was I shut down Traktor, restarted Traktor, and as I press a button here, and I see the control stuff light up there, that tells me that without even hearing anything, zoom out, we are going to have it working in a second. So, as you can see here, I can scroll down, load up a track. I don't even know what I just loaded, but it's working. That's all I can tell you. You know what? That's 11 minutes into it. That's way much longer than I anticipated. But it's that simple. So, I forget the guy's name. I'm sorry, buddy. You know, I'm busy doing this shit all the time. I don't know why it wouldn't have worked. Like I said, the only things to make sure is that your ports are all lined up fine, and you should be okay. Try it out with that, plugging it straight in. One other quick note, if things aren't working, there's a program, and I'm going to try to put it in the notes somewhere, called USB Dev View, like DEV View, or DevView or something like that. I don't know. I'll try and get the link directly to it. And that thing there clears all your USB ports, so anytime you ever had any MIDI controllers plugged in, you know, if you have too many things plugged in, even when you like uninstall this shit, Windows somehow just, I don't know, doesn't want to wipe things up properly. So that could be an option. That's the last resort that I could think of. Other than that, I'm not going to bother demoing every damn thing on this controller, because I've already done that before. This is just setting the shit up, you know what I mean? So hopefully that works for you, and I'll talk to you later.